if you are newly here and you weren't on my YouTube live stream just now, I do that at 2 on Wednesdays. So on Wednesdays, I do 2 o'clock on my YouTube channel, Junk Journal Boss, and then I do 3 o'clock here on my Twitch. And they're not always connected projects, but they happen to be today. So what you're looking at is the little book that we made, and it's based on the Haunted Mansion colors, you know, so it's really cute. Maybe this is confusing with that there, but I don't know. So the colors, you know, I took them from here, and then I just started using those kinds of colors, and I made this little book like this and made some signatures for it. So this is actually going to be something that goes inside of this book, but oops, I'm always handling this like much earlier than it really ought to be, and so I'm kind of messing this up. So anyways, this book is actually going to, hi Darla, is actually going to be inside of this one. So if you weren't there for that, you can head over to my YouTube channel after this stream, and you can watch my stream from 2 o'clock Pacific today. Yeah, for me, there's like a delay, and so it can be a little bit unnerving sometimes. Okay. All right, so what were we going to do today? Where are my notes for that? Okay, so today we're going to be doing signatures, and we're going to do probably 2 or 3 signatures, because this is a 2-inch wide, a 2-inch wide spine. So we're going to use a mixture of vintage papers, cardstock, scrapbook paper, you know, and just some other stuff. Whatever we run across that we think is cool. Here's something I ran across when I was emptying out some stuff. So when I was emptying out some stuff, and I found all these really great vintage envelopes from my parents' house, and I didn't have to do anything to them. They just look like this. So I felt like that was like a real treat to find that. So I believe what I'm going to do is I am again going to, I always make these signatures, my signatures, so they're removable. And so that's what I'm going to do again. And let's see. Let me see if there's anything cool that I can add to the outside of this. That's cool. I can add one of these or 2. So I've got that choice. I can add this or one of these, probably one of these maybe, right? But actually, hang on. I wonder what this would be like in a string. Well, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself right now. I have a whole bunch of really cool little things though that I can use. You know, if I was making this for somebody, I could put one of these down here, and slip a little piece of paper with their name. But let me, yes, I remember what I was thinking. So let me put my elastic. And so what I need to do is kind of measure this, and it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tall. So I'm probably going to take about 20 inches of this, you know, because I want to, well, actually, no, I won't. I'll take about maybe 16, 17 inches of this elastic thread. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it and then do this 2 more times. And I'm going to show you how to cover it up so it doesn't have the elastic look on the outside of this. So this one does have that elastic, and I didn't mind it because there's actually these beads here, so I think that made it look really, really nice. And so this time though, I am not going to necessarily, I'm not going to put any beads or anything. I'm actually going to cover this spine with something interesting. Okay, so it'll be okay if I go about 1 inch down and tie my knot. Uh-oh, guys, I might have the hiccups or something. Oh yeah, this works out perfect. So maybe when you're making these, a nice rule of thumb would be, you know, to cut it twice the height of, or the length of the, there's so many words, you guys, and I can't think of one. The height of the spine, right, plus 1. Or, I'm sorry, times 2 plus 1. So this is 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. And that actually makes it pretty perfect. So I'm going to remember that I could go about 1 inch down for this. And I can just start adding these. And so I want to add them spaced correctly, you know, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Oh boy. All right. Okay. So I'm okay with these little things hanging out like that. But what I want to do here is I kind of want to put these more toward the center, like that. Straighten that out a little. And I want to make a spine item here, you know, and the way that it will look would be something like this, but all the way down. So let's go ahead and maybe give this a start. So I'm kind of winging it, guys. So, but I mean, if you've been to my classes and my live streams, you know that I am all about just winging it. So, yeah. All right, so I'm going to pop this up and put this one here. And this is a little bit fiddly, so I'm going to set it down and just add a line of glue. Oops. Oh, this is really fiddly. Hang on, I'm always wanting to do fiddly things, but That's why I use these. Super cool. Okay. So if I just put down, you know, a line of this, oh boy, I think I can create like a I don't know if they call it like a ruching effect, you know, like what you do when you sew, when you do the, I don't think that's it. But anyways, I can do a an effect like this that looks like it's just a pretty gathered ribbon. But I'm going to have to line this up a little bit better and then really just hang on to this, I think. And in doing this, I am going to be gluing these down as well. And so I am getting glue all over, but that is okay. I 100% am all right with that. But now it's giving me some trouble. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It just has to be the way you like it, you know? And I'm liking this right now. I think this is going to be really cool. And so the signatures are mostly for, like, you know, notes and things that you want to put inside, or pages, photos or whatever, you know. So if I ever find a photo of me on the Haunted Mansion ride or something, I would put that in here, but I don't think there are any. But you never know. My mother saved a lot of things, and I might find them very soon. So anyway. Okay. Let's put this up. There's got to be an easier way to do this, I think. Okay, maybe I do this. Put the line of glue down and then make the fold. Line of glue. Make the fold. That's okay, Michelle. You don't have to say sorry. I understand. Technology, you know, well, that's all I'm going to say. Technology. So anyway. So right now what I'm doing is I am making a spine to cover up these elastic threads that I'm using to hold the signatures in. Because, you know, I gotta be extra about my signatures. So anyway. Oops, let's put that down. Oh, wait, I missed a step here. This is an experiment, so there you go. Most of the things that I do in front of you guys are experiments. And so, you know, I'm not like an expert or anything, you know. I just like to put together stuff like this. I love a nice junk journal, and I love to make all kinds of different ones, and I love to share that with you guys. So looks like I'm almost done here, but I'm probably going to have to set a book on this for a minute or a few minutes. I don't know. It looks like I have a bit to fix up here. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Just add some more glue. See if I can get it to work like that. Okay. It looks like we have sort of got it. So, does it matter that it's a mess? Nah. It doesn't really. And I think I might leave this long, just for now. But when this is all dry, it's going to not have a bunch of glue blobs and all that, but instead it's going to have, I'm going to be able to puff it out, I hope. And so anyway, I'm going to put this aside for now. And I think I want to set something on top of it, but I'm not seeing anything very heavy. Maybe I'll just put my phone. Okay. All right, so there's that. And now we're going to make the signatures. So last time on YouTube, I mentioned that I had bought this paper specifically for the signatures. So I added them into here, and then I'm going to make some big ones out of this. But I do want to get the measurement of this. And honestly, it really doesn't matter if you make the signature pages exactly the same as your cover. I actually don't really care about that necessarily, but I just kind of want to know. So it is 6 by 8. So, 8.5 by 11. So I think what's going to happen is that we are going to fold this in half, and it'll leave a 1/2 inch on this side from the edge. And then I think maybe we just cut this down to 7.5. So we'll just be cutting 1 inch off of that. And I'm probably going to need to get Carl out for this, because this is a job for Carl. But first I have to put some things away, because I have many things. And these little tiny keys I'm going to use to put on the Haunted Mansion book, and like keys to the house kind of thing. So we put that over here and straighten stuff out a little bit. And I think this is good enough. So now that you have watched me clean up my desk, I can move on. Okay, here's the thing, you guys, that I think is like really funny, and I'm not sure if I'll use it or not, but this is, does anybody know what this is? I'm going to just set it here. And if you guys know what it is, say so. Right. Let's see. So, let me get Carl out. He's much bigger than this, so I'm going to have to move some things out of the way again. And I think I'll just do that. And here comes Carl. And here he is. See, Carl. This guy is an enormous cutter that is, I think I lost my little magnet thing. Anyways, it's a cutter that can do lots of sheets of paper at the same time. It can do, you know, 100, what do I want to say, 100, what am I trying to say? Yeah, it could do 100 point chipboard. That's what I'm trying to say. That is what I'm trying to say. 6. Let's see. Maybe we do every color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which shade do you like best? I really like this color a lot. It's like a seafoam green kind of thing. I don't know. I love all of these colors. I'm a jewel tones person, so 5, 6. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Got it. One, 2. I like this color too. I just like every single shade. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Now, I'm going to need to just cut 1 inch off of this edge. And I don't know if I'm going to put all of these. Oh, they do fit. Okay, let's go with it then. I want to get these all lined up to 7.5. I've got my paper in. I just lowered this thing, right? And all I am going to do is go back and forth until every page is cut. This thing is amazing, you guys. It was well worth every bit of money that it cost. And I'm really so grateful to have it because it really makes the work a lot faster. All right, so now I can I'm doing 3 signatures, so I guess I'll take 2 of every page. Let me just sort these a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And 2. All right, and so inside of these signatures, I am going to have a vital part of my book. And that is the inner pages of the little golden book. It's going to take a minute for me to figure out how to get them into here because they're not long. They're actually just page by page. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But that's no problem. Uh-oh. I'm missing a piece somewhere. Yeah, here it is, I think. Wait, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, maybe I need to get one more. Thankfully, it's on the top. All right, so, hey, what happened? Oh, I know. I'm not going to use Carl for this, you guys. I'm just going to probably use a scissor and put it to the inside. Oh, well, that's actually not accurate because this is actually going to be the bottom. So, all right. So, all right. So now I have 12 pages for the signature, and I'm just going to fold these over. I will figure out an order for these, but right now I just want to fold them and get a good fold on each book. Okay. I have some shows to recommend. And just so you guys know that I am not as much watching horror movies, so I won't be recommending those to you guys. But I do still like, like thriller movies and stuff in the right mood. So I have watched a lot of things over the weekend. And one of them was The Whale. Did anybody see The Whale? So I saw that, and you know what, you guys, I don't cry on movies, but I just gotta say, it was a tearjerker, for sure. It was so good. So, what are some of the other movies I watched? Well, I watched a series, and that one is called Cassandra, and it's about, well, this one you might not like, you guys, but this one is about a robot who tries to take over a family that lives in this smart house. So anyway, that's all I want to tell you about that. It's pretty cool. And oh, these are bigger. Maybe I didn't need to cut them down so much, but that's all right. I think I might do these different and not put them in the signature. So let me think about that for a little bit. Some of the other things that can go in the signatures are these. Okay, so the first one was, these are all on Netflix. So if you don't have Netflix, that's probably why you haven't heard of them. So the first one was The Whale, and it was about this severely overweight man and how he, just deals with life, and he's dying, and just, how he deals with his relationships, how he deals with, his work and all kinds of different things. And it's just really heartbreaking, and yeah, it's just really heartbreaking. So if you're not in the mood for a movie like that, I know I wasn't for a long time. Cassandra is a fun watch. It's kind of crazy. But, it's relatively, I want to say it's relatively clean, like not a lot of blood or anything like that. There is some, but it's not a lot in comparison to what, is in some movies or some shows. And there's 2 more, you guys, and I just can't remember the titles of them. Hang on a second. So you guys can get your movie and TV show recommendations here. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find it. Because I really want to tell you. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, Unhinged. Oh, maybe you guys won't like these. I don't know. This one is Unhinged. It's with Russell Crowe, and it's kind of a road rage movie. Not kind of. It is a road rage movie. And so there's that. And then there's another one called The Menu, which I don't know. Read the read the thing first. You know, the description of it first, because it may be too much for some of you guys. So anyways, but here's a couple that are really, really good that I think you guys might enjoy. One of them's called American Primeval, and it's about, you know, the westward, the way people traveled westward and stuff. And it's about, well, I don't want to offend anybody, you know, but it is a story about how the Latter-day Saints acquired their land. And so it's kind of rough on the Latter-day Saints, so I wouldn't recommend it for anybody who is Latter-day Saint. But the story was pretty good. The characters were good and everything. But let's see. What was the other one? I forget. Anyways, so there's a bunch of things to watch if you want to. And those are what I've been working on. And you guys don't laugh at me. And don't get any weird ideas. But I've been watching season 1 of The Apprentice because I've never ever seen it before. And I really like reality shows. Certain ones. You know, not all of them. So anyway, it's nice to see. It's nice to see our president in a non-president capacity. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, so that's been what I've been doing lately. Do you guys have any shows that you can share with me? Because if you guys have different streaming services too, that's fine. I have a few streaming services. I'm just getting ready to turn off Netflix because I just don't want to. I don't want to pay a lot, you know. And as far as like, you know, Netflix or other streaming services go, it's not that expensive, but I remember when it was like $6.99, you know what I mean, for just the basic plan. So and we also get streaming services with let's see, we get it with Amazon Prime. We get it with Instacart. That's Peacock. And that's a cool service. I like that one. And I wonder how many pages I'm doing here. 1, 2. Oh, well. It's probably going to end up being like 24 plus pages. Because now that I've folded them over. So anyway, yeah. So I have a few streaming services, and we're really trying to kind of pare down stuff. And anyhow, there's all that. Okay, so now I have one signature, sort of. I can if I want to. I can cut these down, but the problem with doing that is that I don't want to cut any of the artwork off. It's really, really cute. Oh, and I also can't, these are going to have to be double-sided, so I'm still going to think about these, because I really do think that there should be a cool way to put that together, but I'm not exactly sure just yet. So, I mean, basically, I mean, I could put them in like rings. I can put them all together in rings, but I don't know if I want to do that. I could put them like inside of these so that you get to see both sides of the page, and you know, just cut it down based on what's on the outside here. I can just look and make sure I don't mind cutting, you know, this part off, which is something I might do. Or I might make, you know, just one of these I don't know, I think we were calling them piano hinge spines last year. So and the measurements, and I'm just going to make a little short one. The measurements are, let's see, I think they're, actually I'm going to mark this with a, maybe if I have something white here, it would work. I don't know if my acrylic pens work anymore, but we'll do 1/2 inch. And then, let's see, 1/4, and then 1/2. Let me start folding this up and seeing what this might look like. I really need a better choice for a ruler here. Sometimes the rulers aren't flush right here, so let's just go ahead and see what we get here. And then, oh, this was the 1/4 inch one, I guess. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this, so I think this one would have to be here too. All right, so let me just do a quick fold and make sure that this is the pattern I need to be using. So, okay, I just needed to do 1/4 inch here, and then I wonder why that. Okay. All right, so let me do this, and then I'm going to need to start spacing them out again properly. And these, it's going to go 1/2, 1/2. Half inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/4 inch. Oh, these are centimeters. Okay. Good thing I figured that out. Okay. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. and then 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. All right, so okay. So it looks like the pattern is, excuse me for yawning. It looks like the pattern is going to be 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. And that is what it's going to create is, you know, the piano hinge. I actually don't know the difference between like piano hinge and reverse piano hinge. I have heard these terms, but I really don't know what this is called. Maybe Michelle knows. But I love using it though. It's really, really cool. So, and that's really all I want is just maybe 3 of these. And the neat thing about this is that, okay, let's take a look at this really quick though. And then I'll tell you the neat thing about those. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of cool, really. And I could decorate it with like little beads in places or rhinestones or something if I want to. And I'm going to be thinking on that. I could do like little like black pearls. That would be really kind of cool. So for this though, well, first I need to glue this. Oh, that star is going to stop me. And actually, I want to use this. And okay, so now oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I like The Amazing Race. There's that whole, you know, dynamic of friends or family together and what happens under pressure. And, you know, that would be really hard, I think. All right, so I'm going to put this, this and this and this right here. So what I am going to need to do I haven't ever seen any of the Chicago series. And what is Irrational? I've not heard of that. Okay. Oh, geez. I always have to mess around with things, right? Okay. In the meantime, has anybody figured out what this is? Does anybody know what this is? I actually just stream stuff. That's the whole way I feel whenever there's, you know, like I have to wait from week to week. But anyway. So nobody knows what this is. This is a piece of chocolate from Club 33 at Disneyland. And I'm going to tell you guys that this has got to be somewhere between 15 and 20 years old. So there's that. Anyways, I'm going to use it in my book. And hopefully it doesn't get too hot and melt. But I might just put it like in a little pocket or something. But that's pretty funny though. So I think this came out pretty cool. What do you think? I like it. Some of these loops are taller than others, but I like the whole, you know, I like the not perfect vibe, because if you think about it, the Haunted Mansion, you know, it's got some, I mean, it's pretty jacked up. Let me just say that. Everything is not perfect and beautiful in there either. So anyway, so I think what I'm going to do, and just so I can see what this looks like. Yeah. Yeah, my parents were really, really big Disney fans, especially my mother. And so, oops, this one goes in the middle. So she has so much Disney stuff. And she even like has, you know, cells from the movies and stuff like that. You guys know what those are? Cells. Anyway, basically what they are is they're like one drawing in a whole like cartoon movie, you know. Like if you were to do like a flip book or something, it would be just one of those pages. It's not a flip book, but anyways. So I think this is coming out pretty freaking cool. I can add a lot more to this, but the reason I put these in was because I didn't know if I wanted to take these pages and maybe just staple a few of them together, you know, and put a little something on here. I think maybe a thin piece of paper, make it kind of like a tablet, I guess, and then glue it to this, you know, because it wouldn't need to come out, you know. So I have not heard of Irrational. What channel is that on, or what streaming service is that on? Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pages. So that means I can take 4 pages. And do this in increments of 4 pages, I think. I think I'll put this one on the outside, put this one in the center. Oops. All right, where are you? Okay, this one in the center, and this one here. And the way that's going to end up working out is I'll have my 4 pages and I can put them here, you know. So let me see how I can work that. I'm going to go ahead and do a few little staples about a 1/4 inch in. And these are just little tiny staples. And I can use any color, but I do have these inch pieces. So I think I'm going to just choose one, and I'll just fold it lengthwise, like a hot dog fold. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So, let's see. All right. So you watch TV the old school way, Darla. You wait until the next episode comes on. Very disciplined of you. Okay. Get a crisp fold. Put this on there, on here. And see what it looks like. So that looks actually pretty good, pretty clean. So I am going to put some glue on the inside of this. It looks like I might be able to cover the whole thing up maybe without getting glue on my desk. All right, let's get it flush right there. Perfect. It looks good. It's not covering any of the words, just barely, you know. And you still get to see all the pages and read everything, so that's cool. Yeah, I think this was a good solution. And so now I'm going to put this, and I'm going to be okay with it. I'm just going to determine that I'm okay with just putting these in here, even though they're not the same size as the rest of the signatures. I can always change that if I want to. It might be a hassle, but I could. Thank you, Darla. This is a really fun project, really, you know. And can I say really a couple more times? But I'm really enjoying it. Oh my gosh, how many times do I say really? I do enjoy this, and it's something I haven't done before, but I've seen them, and they're really, really cool. And so it's looking a little plain right now, but I'm gonna embellish this. I'm gonna embellish the crap out of this. So I think it's gonna be really cool. And it may not matter that these hang over that much, because I can always decorate the edges of the pages. So uh-oh. This is a little bit off. Let's see now. Okay. I'm always messing with stuff, so. All right. Anyways, it doesn't really matter that this isn't all the way in. All of these pages are going to be decorated in one way or another, whether it's with artwork, with ribbon, with lace, you know, with little pieces of paper, you know, like in the shape of I don't know what. You know, it's just going to have, every page will have something on it. And so that's what we've got so far. And I feel like an hour is pretty good for this particular project. An hour each time. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop here. You got the basics of your signature. Let's see if I did everything. So you can add more pages, of course, you know, into your signatures. And I can do that, and I probably will. but right now I just kind of wanted to get the base. And then after that you can, let's see. Oh, if you want to, you can actually, if you don't want to use the elastic, you can just sew them in. But this is actually a really thick piece of chipboard. So I would have had to drill it, and I just didn't want to do that. So that's why I did it this way. So anyways, thanks for being here. And I am looking forward to seeing you guys again next week. And that will be for at 2 Pacific on YouTube. We'll be doing a little, just some other little project that maybe it'll go with this, maybe it won't. I don't know. But then I'll be working on this again Wednesday at 3 Pacific to 4. And so that's it. Thanks a lot for being here. Bye.